Let's say there is a very generous individual who's sitting in a gathering of friends, and right at that time, a beggar comes on the door, and in front of the friends, he says, this generous person, he calls himself very generous, but once I asked him for $10 and he did not give it to me. So how would the generous person feel at that time? He'll feel bad, right? That I'm sitting in the company of my friends, and he's making this claim that he asked something from me and I gave him anything, even though I'm supposed to be very generous. So when dunya, people who have a reputation for generosity, they would not withstand hearing to such a thing. Then on the day of Qiyamah, how would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala withstand listening to this? And when the Mahabub of Allah ta'ala, the Prophet will be there, the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam would be present, how would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala withstand that a person could say such a thing to Allah ta'ala? That, Ya Allah, I asked you, I made dua to you the way a dua should be made, and still I was deprived, still I was mahroom. This is beyond the shan of Allah ta'ala, that a person comes to the door of Allah ta'ala and they make dua with their heart, and Allah ta'ala returns them empty-handed. This is beyond the shan of Allah ta'ala. This is impossible. This does not happen. If we make dua with the proper adab, with our heart, then zarur ba zarur Allah ta'ala will give it to us. This is the generous nature, the merciful nature of our Rabb. In fact, when the people of the dunya, when they give to you, they feel some tinge in their heart. They feel something in their heart. They feel sad when giving to you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He gives to you, Allah ta'ala becomes happy. Allah ta'ala is pleased to give to you. In fact, in Hadith Mubarak it comes that man lam yas'alillah yaghzab alayhi, that whoever does not make dua to Allah, does not ask Allah ta'ala for anything, then Allah ta'ala becomes upset with him. Yani not asking from Allah ta'ala makes Allah ta'ala upset. And if you ask Allah, Allah ta'ala becomes happy. So the more you ask Allah ta'ala, the more pleased will Allah ta'ala become with you. So this is a time, this is a night for asking. And we should ask Allah ta'ala for everything. Ask Allah ta'ala with an open heart, because you're not asking a person of the dunya whose funds are limited, whose resources are limited, who himself is dependent, whose hands are tied. You are not asking some creation. When you ask a person in the dunya, they might give it to you once, but next time they might refuse. You ask maybe third time, fourth time, they'll just turn you back, go to someone else. But the Mamla of Allah ta'ala is so beautiful that when a person comes for the first time, Allah ta'ala gives it to him. You ask a second time, Allah ta'ala will give it to you. In fact, that person who keeps asking Allah ta'ala, every time they come, they ask Allah ta'ala, and for everything from the smallest to the biggest, they only ask Allah ta'ala. Allah ta'ala includes that person among His friends. That person becomes a wali of Allah ta'ala. Allah ta'ala says, He is my wali. He does not ask anyone. He only exclusively asks only from me. He's asking me all the time for everything that he needs. So we should view ourselves extremely fortunate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with this opportunity once again. We're fast approaching this blessed time, and we should try to capitalize on this opportunity. The fact that Allah ta'ala has already brought us in this month of Shaban and are very close to the middle of Shaban, and the barakat are already all around us, this is a sign that Allah ta'ala wants to give to us. Allah ta'ala's intention is of khair. He wants to give it to us. Because when a person, they call you to their door, to their house, because they want to give. Their intention is not to refuse you, because if they wanted to refuse you, why would they call you to their house? So the fact that Allah ta'ala wants us, Allah ta'ala has an intention of khair for us. So we should try to capitalize on this opportunity.